My name is Joe Favreau with Genius SIS, and today we're going to do a quick demonstration of the Genius SIS solution that can be used in conjunction with any LMS platform and provide a variety of differentiators and features on top of an LMS that makes it very easy for most clients to use. First of all, one of the differentiators is what we call the course catalog. The course catalog is the ability for you to expose your training events that are either in the LMS or ones that are face-to-face courses, or even any training event like a webinar or a brown bag lunch that you wish to expose as a training event in your solution that people can come in, review, enroll, and or even pay for if there's costs associated with it. You'll notice that this course catalog has a variety of courses that have been configured in the system. Again, you can add your own images, your own descriptions about the courses that are relevant. So for instance, on this ancient civilization one, we can click on the info button and get a pop-up that describes information about the course. Any HTML content, you can embed videos, add links to documents, anything that you want to add as part of information for this course. Now, once a user has read through and is interested in a course, they can simply add it into their shopping cart. And you'll notice in the top right hand side that the shopping cart will be updated, showing you that you have one course enrollment that you're interested in either enrolling into or paying for. Now, you can also filter this course catalog by a number of ways. We provide this concept of advanced filters that allow you to filter based upon certain categories, dates, delivery methods, locations, and we can add or remove different filters if needed. Here, if we go into maybe looking at some SCORM type of courses, these would be self-contained courses that you can purchase from vendors that can be used in a number of ways, especially in the HR for doing compliance type of training or just simple, quick continuing educational units. Now, if I'm interested in this concussion training, I can simply add that to my course cart or checkout cart. Or if I may be interested in learning a little bit more about golf, I can add this also to my checkout. And you'll notice that this will be updated and show that we have 3 courses that we're looking to possibly enroll into. Once I'm happy with this, I can go ahead and proceed to the checkout. And we can provide a couple of options here. If it's a person's first time into the system, we can allow them to fill out a form and capture as much information as you want about them, or they can simply log into their existing account and add these courses to their current list of active courses. Today we're going to demonstrate the ability for people to self-create an account on the system. So today we're going to use this fictitious user. We're going to call him the LMS user, and he or she is a learner on the system. And we're going to have an email address that we're going to send to. So we're going to send it at joe@gmail.com. Now we have this concept of affiliation. This is sort of unique to Genius. What it does is allows you to capture your organizational structure of your clients or your users. So for instance, if we're doing things where we're providing internal training to a corporation, this may be the departments that this learner may be part of. If we're doing things where we're providing training to your external partners, it may be the name of the company or the region of the world that they're located in. This provides a couple of nice features in the fact that these users themselves or these affiliations can be used to report on a specific group of users. So I can say, give me the list of all courses completed for this group, or we can also assign managers to each of the affiliations and they can run their own reports but on their direct users. Today we'll see here that we have sort of a hierarchy of different types of users, and we're going to use D2L as our affiliation. We'll go ahead and create that account for that user. So Genius will automatically create an account and send a username and or password to that user. And at the same time, we'll enroll that learner or the user into the courses once they either paid for them or just confirm that these are the courses that they want to be enrolled into. So you'll see all of these courses, none of them have a cost associated with them. If there was a cost associated with them, then we could actually use a connection to PayPal or authorize.net. We support something like 20 different payment gateway options. So any of those can be used to capture those financial transactions and store the monies into a corporation's account. Today we're sort of happy with our confirmation. We'll go ahead and confirm. We'll get our confirmation page. And now when the user goes to their dashboard, he or she will see that now we're starting to see the courses that they've registered for as part of their um, enrollment process utilizing the course catalog. Now we now know who the person is. They've been logged in based upon their user account. We can see any of the courses that they've been enrolled into. Now, if these courses are tied to an LMS or might be a SCORM type of solution, we can simply click on the name of the course, and if it's within an LMS, we'll single sign you into the LMS. If it's a SCORM type of module, we can actually just play the content for you without the overhead of having an LMS involved. Now, this is a golf course, which actually is for golf. We can go through and read through all the content that this SCORM process was made up of. When we get to the end of this package, you'll see that there's a test that can be taken. And this test can be used for generating things like a certificate or to whether they've passed or failed. Again, this is used very often in certifications or for continuing educational type of events. Once I get to the end of this SCORM package, you'll see that there's a test involved. And now I can go through and fill out the answers to these questions. And we'll go ahead and just take a moment and fill this out so you can sort of see what the flow would be for your users. So here we'll say this is false and true and false. And the PGA. And again, any of you guys who are familiar with golf should be able to answer some of these questions. And now that I'm happy with my answers, we'll go ahead and have this submitted. And we'll see that we got some of the questions correct, actually most of them, and one of them we got incorrect, which was question 14. We'll save and exit this SCORM package. And when we return back to the LMS, you'll see that we've automatically detected that they've completed the course. At this point, since this is a completed course, we could actually go ahead and click on the name of the course, and Genius can actually generate any PDF certificate that you upload into our system. So these can be customized by clients. We can have multiple certificates if necessary. So maybe one course has a different certificate than another. But then we'll fill out the forms. We'll put in the name of the user, the course that was completed, the date that was issued on. And we can put any user information you want as part of this certificate itself. Again, we have the ability to generate certificates at both a course completion level and a new concept that we have is called a learning path, which could be a set of courses that you want a person to take based upon maybe some sort of job role or certification that they need to go through that is made up of one or more courses. And we'll come back and view this also. Users can also come in and register for more courses. So here when we click on the register for course, you'll see that we'll present that same course catalog as we saw before. Except the major difference here is that this can be customized to show courses that may be unique to that user based upon what affiliation or group that they may be part of. Here we may be interested in maybe taking a human anatomy course that costs $100. We can simply add this to our shopping cart, proceed to checkout, pay for this course if we actually have it tied to authorize.net or any of those tools. And we can also support coupon codes if you want to give them some sort of discount on some sort of promotion that you may be offering. Again, we would just make that payment. And then once that payment is configured, that course shows up onto your course catalog, Human Anatomy. And again, if this is within an LMS, I would just simply click on the name of this course, and this would single sign you on into any SIS system. And this example happens to be Moodle Rooms, but it can be any SIS that we're configured to look and work with. Okay. Now that we're back into the system, we'll see here that we can also generate transcripts. So if I wanted to see sort of a transcript of all training that I've taken over time, we can generate a transcript. The transcript can be again customized so that it has a look and feel that best works for your users. your own borders, your own images on the bottom. And again, these can be set up to be downloaded as a PDF file, so users can have their own sort of self-sufficiency of being able to generate their own transcripts without having to go back to your registrar or your training manager. Now that I'm done actually being a learner on the system, I can log out. And again, when I come back to the Genius screen, we can log in on an account that might have different role within the system. So some of the roles that we use would be like an instructor role, a manager role, or an admin role. So I'm going to log in today as an administrator just to give you a feel for some of the advanced features that we can provide out of the box. So you notice when you log into the system, you'll get an expanded set of tabs that give you more functionality in the system depending on what your needs based upon your role may be. If I'm an affiliation manager, a manager of a specific set of users, I will only see the users that I'm responsible for and run reports on them, but not be able to see anyone else. You'll notice here you can have customized dashboards that can be based upon bar charts or any lists that you have within the system. We give you read access to any information that you have within our tables so you can generate the reports that are unique for your organization. You'll see here there is a reports tab, and we actually organize our reports in a number of different categories based upon general reports, communications, activity, completion, enrollments, finance, and ability to generate your own reports using our dynamic report builder. So as an example, if I was interested in seeing the enrollment history of everybody from the D2L group, we can go ahead and find D2L and hit get data, and that will give you a list of all the users that are under the D2L affiliation that actually are enrolled in courses, whether they're completed and or active or even dropped. If I'm actually interested in further filtering this to generate what we call a completion report, I can come in and change my status on the status for completed, and then hit get data, and you'll notice now that will give you a report for any D2L affiliation user that have enrollments that have been completed over time. Again, any of these reports can be exported to a spreadsheet. So again, there's always an icon in the top right hand side that it takes you any information you see on your screen and give it to you in a CSV Excel spreadsheet format that you can use for further analysis. We also give you the ability to generate your own reports. So there's a full report builder in the system that allows me to go ahead and pick and choose which columns will show up in my report. So here today we can say that we want to use first name, we want to see their last name, we want to see their current status, their current grade, and we want to see the name of the section and how many credits it's worth. And again, you just pick and choose what fields that you want to add as columns and simply hit get data. This will now pull all the records in the system for everybody based upon those columns that you've selected. I can further filter this information by using the filtering section to say I'm actually only looking for where the student's first name containing the word LMS. So we're going to use that user that we just created earlier and get a list of all the enrollment records for all users that have LMS as part of their first name. We can save these reports. We can call this the LMS report. These reports are typically saved to be private per user, but then you can actually increase and add them to other roles in the system so other users can run the reports that you've generated in the system. So you can share this with others as you see fit. And then of course I can come back at any date, run this report, find that LMS report, run the same query, and get the exact same results as we saw before. You'll also notice that we had this concept of a learning path. So again, if we come back over to the learners and we can look for that LMS learner, so we make it very easy for you to search and find any learner in the system that you're managing. So here I can learn about the information about that learner based upon the information he or she filled out as part of their registration process. If I was interested in maybe putting them in a certification program, or maybe they're a new employee and now we want them to take an onboarding training package that we've put together. We can come in and manage his or her learning path and enroll them into an onboarding learning path. So here we'll go into onboarding. We'll enroll them into this learning path. And now the Genius system will automatically start enrolling him or her into the courses that make up that learning path. And we'll see here, if we look at their current enrollment, we'll see a lot more courses show up that are being used as part of their learning path. We also give you the ability to emulate and see what any user sees. So we give you this login as user option. And again, now you'll see that same user. You'll see that they've got other courses that show up in their learning path or in their active list based upon their learning path. And you'll see that the learning path is now starting to be set up with courses that are either in progress or completed over time. Some of these courses may have prerequisites. So several of these, this communications and this selling commercial property, have some prerequisites. So we'll put this into the pending category until the prerequisites have been met, and then we'll release these courses into their active course lists once those prerequisites have all been met. So it gives you a good view of what this will look like for your users and how easy it is for them to utilize the system. Again, I can log back in as my administrator. So it's very easy for you to jump back and forth between different users and emulate what they see. We also give you the ability as a manager to run what we call their management user dashboard. So managers in the system will have this as an overview, so they can see how many users they're responsible for, what their activity looks like, how many of them have completed their courses, which ones are active or not active, and this provides sort of a nice management dashboard for you to manage your direct reports within the system. I hope you found this demonstration very informative. Again, there's a lot of features that Genius provides besides the ones I've highlighted today. But we would be more than willing to sit down with you and discuss all the options we have and how we can actually automate your training programs with Genius and the LMS that you desire. Thank you for your time. Have a great day.